Hello, friends, and welcome to the weekly moon update. We made it through August. How's everybody feeling? Are you ready for a fresh start? Well, if you are, we've got a new moon week this week for the week of September 2nd through the 8th. And hopefully this is going to give us this like fresh, clean slate that I know I've been waiting for. I don't know about you guys. So we've got our new moon on Monday. So we're starting off with a week with like very low energy. And we also have Mars moving into Cancer this week. So we've got some like self-care kind of vibes happening, but low energy self-care vibes. And I think this Mars in Cancer is going to be like really significant because when Mars moves into Leo, it will also retrograde in Leo for quite some time. And next year, we're actually Mars is going to be in Leo for the first 6 months of the year. I've been working on the 2025 moon planner, and that's like one of the biggest things that's jumping out at me about next year is that Mars is going to be Leo. It's going to be retrograde for the beginning of the year. So that tends to like, put a damper on New Year intentions and New Year's resolutions, because when Mars is retrograde, we're not really like moving forward with things. So that's something to keep in mind. But I do think that like this Mars in Cancer is kind of setting us up to like put practices in place, especially within a Virgo moon cycle, to put self-care practices in place that are going to sustain you through the rest of this year and into the beginning of next year. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the energy of this week. So like I said earlier, we are starting off with our new moon on Monday. And so that means we've got a dark moon, a new moon, and then a waxing crescent moon for the entirety of the week. You can see the moon is going to gradually increase with energy and light until it's almost to the first quarter on Sunday. So very low energy, not exactly ideal energy to start off the week, with the exception of the moon being in Virgo, because Virgo can motivate us to get organized, to be productive. And this is like, if there's any moon that you're really going to set intentions having to do with like your daily practices, this is the moon to do it. We want to be setting daily routines, rituals, productivity schedules in regards to like supporting our highest good. So how you're going to sustain your energy to fulfill the tasks that you need to accomplish. So our new moon is not going to be until later in the evening at 9:55 p.m. We'll still be in Virgo for all day of Tuesday. So even if you're like not feeling setting your new moon intentions, if anything, if you don't do anything on this new moon, do your reflections and intention section on the new moon. Like sit down with a pen and your planner and just fill all these questions. If you like, it can really only take like 5 minutes. So I don't know. I always have low energy on the full moon or on the new moon. So I tend to fill out these pages maybe the week before, but this is kind of the thing that you want to be doing, the type of thing that you want to be doing on a Virgo new moon. And it doesn't take that much energy. But I just take a while to reflect on things. I'm really slow. I'm just like very slow in general. So filling this out, if you don't do anything on the new moon, fill out these pages here. We also have some helping to set up some ideal daily routines. And you might notice that I changed daily routines. I think this used to be morning routines in the previous planners, but since I'm not a morning person, I'm just like, as long as I get these things done at some point during the day, it's going to count as part of my like daily ritual morning routine. And then there's evening routines if you feel like setting that, and then just like a separate list there for other things that you might need to do. There's blank space so that you can just kind of brain dump stuff. I like to just get everything out of my head before I start to like itemize things into a list. So there's also, keep in mind with this moon cycle, we're starting our fall eclipse season. So our full moon will be a lunar eclipse in a couple weeks. So a Virgo new moon again is about like setting intentions, making lists, making a plan, mapping things out, reorganizing your desk, reorganizing your closets, clearing out the clutter. This is also a very fall theme type of thing of like clearing out the cobwebs, putting away all your summer stuff, getting like having your schedule change because kids are going back to school. Like this is all about like reorganization. So that's what you should be setting your attentions around. Again, we're going to be in the Virgo energy for both Monday and Tuesday. And then very early Wednesday morning, right after midnight, is when we move into Libra. So Libra is an air sign that I use for tying up loose ends, like anything that like you weren't able to get to on these productive Virgo days is the day to do it with Libra. Libra is kind of like an in-between day. It balances things out, like whatever you've neglected, pick that up and do it, or just decide that you want to get rid of it. So I also, like mentioned earlier, Mars is moving into Cancer. So this Virgo moon cycle and this Mars in Cancer feels very significant for setting self-care routines that are going to sustain you for the rest of this year and into next year. I know I already said that, but it just feels very significant. So Mars is going to be in Cancer until November of this year, when it moves into Leo, and then it will go retrograde at the beginning of December. And then that will carry us into 2025. So anyways, when the moon is in Libra, we're just kind of like, even just letting things settle. But if there's things that are unbalanced, kind of like taking your time to get things back into balance. We're going to be in Libra energy for the rest of the week. We'll be in Libra all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and all day Friday. And then the moon doesn't move into Scorpio until the weekend. So at early in the morning again. For the next few weeks, we have very early transition times. So it's like happening in the middle of the night and we probably won't even notice it. So we've got a Scorpio weekend. I think this is going to like bring us into those fall vibes. I've noticed the leaves haven't started changing yet, but I've had them like fall on the ground. Like they're kind of like sprinkled in the yard. So we're kind of moving into that fall energy. You can certainly feel the suns change a lot. And I know a lot of us on the East Coast have experienced some cooler weather already. Where I am in the South, we're back up in the 90s again. But we did have like a week, the week of August 22nd, because it was around my birthday. I've never had such a cool birthday. It was 70 degrees on my birthday and it was getting down in 50 at night. It was so bizarre for having that transition early. But now we're back up into summertime temperatures. But you're feeling the light change, and we're feeling that shift towards fall. So I was feeling very called to work with the Sacred Hags Oracle, which is the deck and by the author Daniel Dulsky, who also wrote the Seasons of the Moon and Flame that we use for our moon meetings. And I couldn't believe it. Like, I was having trouble like figuring out what deck to use because this deck isn't like up with my regular decks. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll use the Sacred Hags Oracle. Maybe we need some grandmother energy for Virgo moon energy. I couldn't believe that we got this Hag of the West Sea, who is our guide for the fall chapters of the Seasons of the Moon and Flame. And we just transitioned. This was the moon meeting that we had last week, was the first one with our Sea Hag. And I don't know, I just thought it was funny that this popped up. So if you are a Twitch subscriber, or a Ko-fi supporter, this card's information is in your PDF that is posted in your private Discord channels. And if you're not a subscriber and you want to subscribe to get the information from our moon meetings, those are all you have access. Once you become a subscriber, you have access to all of the moon meeting notes that we've had for this year. You also have private videos, just kind of like life updates and how I'm navigating working in the mundane world and connecting my spirituality to it. So those are private videos that are available for you, and they're all pinned in those private channels for subscribers and Ko-fi members in Discord. So anyways, so the Hag of the West Sea, her keyword is belonging. So grandmother speaks. She's a deep well of ancestral grief, that sea. When we walk to the waves and let her swallow us whole, we are communing with a vast gray-blue crone spirit who houses much in her salty womb waters. Many ghosts, many tears, many paradoxical memories of leaving home and returning to the great and majestic mother. To be human is to know the sea, to know that this time of severed lineages makes us all yearn for belonging, and to trust, when all else seems to be folly, that we belong to the sea. Go on, my love, remember her. Such mystery there is in her depths, is there not? She is the keeper of treasures and secrets that sea. She is married to the moon. She is a shapeshifter and a sorceress. If to nothing else at all, you belong to her. So there's a morning ritual and an evening ritual, and this is all in that PDF document as well. So she recommends facing the west, that hallowed direction of the water element and mystery, and whisper pray these words aloud. Just moments before the bejeweled dawn tore through an amber glow on the horizon, I met the sea hag once more. As a babe, I woke adrift on her softly swaying blue belly, and I looked low into the deep. Wary of the toothy sea serpents and fine shadows I was, but her breath currents were so soothing that I could only feel held by her salt-swollen liquid flesh. Now I wake older, nested upon her rising tides, struck by wonder, whimsy, and awe, and I know myself as her. In the moonlight ritual, Asleep by the Sea, as you drift off to sleep on this sacred night, notice what phase the moon is in. Hold on to a vision of the moon in the same phase, hanging low above the sea. Imagine your body curled in the warm sand. Hear the intermittent breath of waves, your lullaby, and listen for the voices of your beloved ancestors long gone. The sounds of the sea are a medium for their messages. Hear them and know that you belong to her, and now to this place and to this time. So I love that there's always a bedtime ritual, which is really wonderful because a lot of it is dream work, which is very, like, we all go to sleep and we all dream. So it's very easy to like set the intention before you go to sleep to envision the sea, that you're communing with your ancestors, and a lot of the moonlight rituals in this book are that, just setting, like, it's the easiest thing to do, because I know a lot of us think that like we don't have enough time to connect to our spirituality because we're always running from one thing to another in the mundane world. But we all have to go to bed and we all have to sleep at some point. So you can still do spiritual work while you're sleeping. But in regards to this being our collective card for this week, I think that this Virgo moon is going to be really significant for releasing, and again, like starting off with that fresh, clean slate. And the ocean can hold everything. The earth can hold everything too. I know it's kind of funny to have a water themed card on a earthy moon, but the thing about water is that when you release into it, it transforms it and or transmutes it. The earth again does this as well, but it's a more like cleansing and drawing release, like imagining like waves crashing over you and then like taking everything with it that you're ready to release. Whereas with earth energy, you have to like physically force things into the earth, but the ocean just kind of takes it. It just like takes it away whatever is kind of hanging on loosely around you, it will take it away. If you're ready to release it, it will take it away. Whereas I feel like with earth energy, you actually have to like, you have to let go of it, you have to release it, and you have to like push it down through your roots, through your root chakra and into the ground. And if you have very low energy, or if you have difficulty like getting grounded into the earth, water energy can help ground you. Like the bottom of the ocean floor is still like the earth floor. So I use a lot of water energy and ocean energy to help ground and release, even though we typically don't think of water energy as grounding energy. So our chakra card is Unbridled Passion. You are passion incarnate. Your seductive and sensual energy weaves your relationship with intensity, reconnecting you with the ecstasy of creation, both within and without. Your soul is nourished by your desires, allowing you to manifest your deepest and truest intentions with enthusiasm. Let this wild, sexy energy flow freely from you. It is one of your soul gifts. Cultivate it accordingly. So this is a sacral chakra card, which is another water card. And the crystal they recommend is Shiva Lingam. I'm not familiar with that one. And the herb is licorice. So this is also like a very sensual card, just like thinking of like siren, mermaid energy, and just her hands being up like that is kind of like a seductive pose. So how this relates to Virgo energy is like Virgo helps us to hone our gifts. Like Leo helps highlight those gifts, and Virgo helps perfect them. So whatever you are inspired or desiring, or whatever creative energy that you are looking for, Virgo can help tap into it. It can help ground that energy into you. It can help support and sustain that energy. So we can certainly like work with root and sacral chakra for this Virgo new moon. And our crystal is charoite, known as the warrior stone, and promotes courage, optimism, and originality. It prompts insights on past, present, and future challenges, gently guiding you to your highest path. It's a crown chakra gem, and it's perfect for spiritual evolution and integration. If you're undergoing a time of transformation, expansion, and soul work, charoite will serve as your gemstone companion. And the affirmation is, I welcome transformation with ease and grace. So again, with ocean energy being like very transformative energy, this feels like a very transformative time for a lot of us, and a lot of us, like even like collective energy, like this world is changing. It's changing very rapidly. It's really kind of hard to keep up with. I think that's like one of the good things about all of these retrogrades happening at once, because like retrogrades really, even though they do feel difficult and they are a struggle, I mean, transformation is difficult and and a struggle, but it also, like, retrogrades give us this opportunity to slow down and to rethink things, to reprocess things, to reorganize things. Like it gives us a second chance basically to like we were moving forward with this thing, but like, hey, let's slow down and go back and retrace our steps and make sure that we're doing it the way that we want to do it. We're doing it in a way that's going to support our highest good. We're doing it that's in a way that's going to support the collective, because we have so much like Aquarius, moving into the age of Aquarius energy. And it really gives us a second chance, as difficult and draining as it is to like have to go backwards and revisit things. It really is like for the better. And I've just been trying to keep that in mind. Like it is a gift to be able to have a second chance. Like we don't always get a second chance at things, but in this case, we do. In this big transformation that we're going through right now, we are getting a second chance to like do it right, to do it better. So we kind of have a lot of energy with these collective cards. We've got Hag of the West, ocean energy, we have crown chakra energy, we have sacral chakra energy. With the Virgo moon, we've got earth energy and root chakra energy. But I think that these cards are giving us warrior energy, courage, optimism, and originality. Remember, Virgo is about honing your unique gifts, perfecting the things that make you uniquely you, and activating the sacral chakra to help inspire, find that spark, find that inspiration, find that creative energy that encourages you to move forward. It also seems like we need some transformative energy. So tapping into ocean energy, allowing those waves to just cleanse and clear and help you to release whatever it is that you're like ready to let go of. So I hope that you have a wonderfully productive, organized Virgo new moon this week. Remember, the energy is going to be low, so take it easy on yourself. Remember that Mars is moving into Cancer, so to practice self-care, to be mindful of the things that sustain you. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I can't wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon.